We're Hassani and Danielle Pettiford, and we're a real couple with real problems who almost called it quits.
I was very frustrated. I became very disconnected, very jaded and cold.
We have 4 children, going on 20 years of marriage, and we practice what we preach.
Our mission, to change the way couples relate to one another and teach them the skills needed to improve the quality of their relationships. This is the Couples Academy Show.
Welcome, guys. You're watching the Couples Academy Show. How's everybody doing today? We are talking about the seasons of your marriage while Hassani's trying to get himself together. Thank you guys for tuning in. Isn't it a beautiful day today? Even though it's raining, we're singing in the rain because we're in the midst of our season. And even though it's raining outside, we still find some way to have joy and laughter and connection. Isn't it right?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hassan.
And I'm Danielle.
And so, yes, as Danielle said, we're talking about the seasons of marriage, and we're excited about it. We yesterday gave you an overview of the 4 seasons: summer, winter, spring, and fall. We dealt with spring. And today we're diving into summer and excited about it. But before we get started, just a couple of quick announcements. As you know, we always do.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss the show. We thank you for helping us to spread the message across the 4 corners of the earth.
Foundry, it is here, it is here, it is here. It is not too late. If that is you, we have more room, but we're excited to be starting with these men today. We're going to have a phenomenal beginning. I'm excited because we just came out, we're in the middle of the other Foundry program, and I see the change and transformation that the men have made, and excited about this new group of men who are coming in. So listen, make sure you sign up. Also, Last Chance Weekend, March 11th through the 13th. This is something you do not want to miss. So listen, register today, go to the website. You can find out more information about it, set up a discovery call, and let's get down to business.
Absolutely.
All right, we're talking about the 4 seasons of marriage. Today, we are diving into summer. Let's talk about summer, guys. Now, summer is the season of hot passion, right? Now, if you remember, when you were, experiencing summer transition into it, there was a lot of anticipation about summer for a number of different reasons. What are the things that you do during summer? Number one, you're waiting for that blockbuster movie to come out, right? The movie that they put $100 million into it. It's going to be an international, worldwide phenomenon. And you got the trailer back in January, and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait till the summertime. So there's anticipation about something big happening during that summer. Usually there are these major concerts, right, that are taking place, and you're like, I can't wait to go. It's going to be phenomenal. You're going on vacations, right? You're traveling all around the world because you're taking 2 weeks off to celebrate. If you're working hard all year long, you need to take a time to play hard. Then you got the 4th of July, right? So
it's popping in the summer, right?
It's popping in the summer. Everybody's got their own ritual, right? Where some people come over for Christmas, some people have big gatherings for Thanksgiving. What we do is we have a big 4th of July party where we bring family and friends out from all over the country. And it's amazing. So there's a lot going on. It's hot, it's sizzling, it's on fire. You're excited, you want to be outside, the great outdoors. It's just very unique, right?
It's a time when you're experiencing the heat of your relationship, right? Like you've gone past the season of spring where it was blooming and you're discovering and you're going through the selection process. Now you have selected and it is exciting. Everything is great. It was our Romeo and Juliet season, right? It was like we couldn't do no wrong. He was perfect. I was perfect. Everything was just...
Yes, she was perfect. Keep going. Continue the story.
I saw the eye.
She was perfect.
I saw the eye. I wasn't even looking. It was like a spiritual thing. Like I knew he was giving eye. But it's that season where everything is hot and ignited. It's the season you want to be in. It's what you want to get back to.
Exactly. You want to get back to it. And once again, not like the seasons of the earth, summer, winter, spring, and fall, where, we're already in winter. We're in fall, so now we gotta wait almost a year to get back to summer. No,
nope.
You can choose when you want to dive into any one of these particular seasons. It is up to you. It is how you show up. But let's talk about some of the emotions, right? Because there are emotions attached to each season. The emotions of summer, once again, fun, happiness, accomplishment. So think about when you accomplish something in life, you want to celebrate. There's a sense of accomplishment when you've reached a goal. And some of you have been in turbulent times in your relationship, setbacks, all types of difficulties, and somehow you made a breakthrough. Somehow things began to turn around. And when they do, you have to pause and take time to acknowledge them. Like, for instance, we have a comment here from JJ Rick. He says, my husband and I attended triggers class Saturday, and our communication on my triggers has improved greatly. Danielle, I say nope a lot now. Thank you.
I love that nope. That'll shut you down. Just as soon as the thought comes into your mind, nope. So if you guys are in a winter season, which we didn't get to yet, in fall, if you know you're not in spring and summer, how about that? Let's just talk about knowing that you're not in spring and summer. Things are not great. You might be experiencing triggers every day. Sometimes you create your own trigger word, and it could be nope, and you shut it down. But when it comes to that summertime relationship, like, what I want to dial into is the fact that we often think that once the in-love feeling is gone, it's dead and gone, right? So this is what happens to us. Like, we go through these seasons, and you're in the summertime, and it's exciting, and it's not like the season changes right away, right? I mean, we're in these seasons for months. Before you know it, all of a sudden you're shifting seasons. Like, how do you actually know when spring turns into summer? It's a real sly shift into summer. It just got hotter, right? It's the same thing when it comes to us shifting into some of the lower, like the less happy seasons. We don't even know it, and before we know it, we're there, and we're not sure how we got there or how to get out of it.
This is true.
You know,
and so, no, go ahead.
No, and so I would say that all the time. I was always saying, well, once that in-love feeling is dead and gone, it is dead and gone. I mean, I might like you, you know, I love you, I want the best for you, but there's no passion, there's no excitement, there's no joy, I don't feel accomplishment here, I don't feel accepted here, I don't feel celebrated here. So I'm just gonna find my celebration and excitement outside, because that summertime season is gone, and once it's gone, it's dead and gone. That's how I used to think, you know, until we got into a process to say, no, you actually have the authority and the power to kind of like quantum leap yourself from season to season to season. And nobody's quantum leaping to winter, right? So you want to basically quantum leap out of winter and get to one of the warmer seasons.
And so one of the ways you do it, you know, is simply by what I just read from JJ, right? You want to take the time to acknowledge, because what happens is if you don't take the time to acknowledge, and if you're not self-aware about the good things that are happening in your relationship, you will look through a lens of doubt, a lens of negativity. You will be very pessimistic about the overall relationship. But whenever you have moments, you want to acknowledge it and treat it as an accomplishment. And it's just one step closer to your spring or summer season. So that's how you begin to do it, folks. And here's the reality. Our relationship was dead. We were in the winter season for quite some time. And
didn't know it though.
Yeah. Well, until we...
we didn't know it was winter. We knew we were going through it.
Oh, we were going through it. And listen, you would not be here today. You watching right now, you would not be here today if we hadn't gotten out of that winter season back into a spring and then into a summer. So if it's possible for us, it's possible for you. You just have to have a willingness to do whatever it takes. Now, going back to summertime, think about it. Many of us go on cruises during the summertime. That represents us as a couple cruising through life together, right? Just think about how, you know, you're in a flow. Everything is just well. You're connected. You're communicating well. You're jiving. You're having fun. You're going on dates. You're just cruising through life. Now, of course, there are going to be challenges along the way, but that does not define your journey. You pick up and you keep on going. You know, you have a positive perspective about it. It's not like when you're in your winter season and every little thing becomes a major catastrophe because you have a high sensitivity to where you're at in your relationship. So you're able to deal with more idiosyncrasies in your summer season. Now the challenge is, because things are going so well and we want them to continue to go so well, we'll sweep issues under the carpet. Like, we identify things, we're like, we'll deal with that later. And what happens is, if you don't properly address it, in a timely manner, all of a sudden those little things that are no big deal because you're overall in a good place begin to build up and begin to build up, and before you know it, you're slowly shifting out of summer into fall.
Or if you're in fall, it prolongs the fact that you're there, right? Because you're just not dealing with anything. So whatever space you're in, that negative space, if you don't deal with your issues and you do sweep them under the rug, you are prolonging your stay in that season. So we got to start to learn how to deal with our issues. And I think the folks who listen to us on a day-to-day basis are learning. I know we have a quick break coming up, guys. You guys are watching the Couples Academy show, and we'll be right back.
We're back. You're watching the Couples Academy show. We're talking about summertime, and I think this is what you all want to be in, and you have a pretty clear indication of what that actually is. So once again, the actions of summer, you're continuing to grow, right? Yes. You're continuing to grow. So you know you're in a good place, but you can always go to the next pitch of your relationship. We say you never reach your fullest potential until you're dead. How will you know what your fullest potential is? You'll never get there. So no matter how good things are.
And by then it's too late. You didn't necessarily reach your fullest potential when you're dead.
Right. You know, there's a very successful person that I follow from a distance, and I mean super duper successful. And he says one of the biggest regrets is not dreaming big enough. It's not having goals that were big enough. And that he accomplished everything and he thought that they were big, but they really weren't. And so there's so much more in you and in your marriage than what you've tapped into.
That's real.
All right, guys, so that's the summer season, and now what we want to do is transition into the fall season.
Oh, my goodness.
All right? Now, the fall season is your favorite season.
It is.
Because you have colors.
From a worldly perspective.
From a worldly perspective?
Yeah, because, you know, it's beautiful outside, the colors, the air, there's no bugs, they're all dying off, right? So you have some really nice temperatures, beautiful scenery, no bugs. I was born in October. I got married in October. You know, fall is beautiful, but it's not so beautiful when it's in the midst of your relationship. When you start to notice all the things, all the idiosyncrasies, all the issues, all of those things that Hassani mentioned got swept under the rug, you start noticing things, right? And also, the mask that your spouse was wearing through spring and summer is cracking.
That's
right?
True.
And you're starting to say, oh, this is who they really are.
I think it was Chris Rock who says you meet a person's representative.
Right.
And that's what happens in the beginning of the relationship. You're putting your best foot forward. You're showing all the wonderful things about yourself. And all that other stuff, you get it right when they come into your presence. And then it's just like, okay, they're away now. I can be myself. But the longer you're with someone and they're seeing you, you know, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, they're seeing how you show up, how you live life, how you react to things, your moods. We always say to people, listen, nobody, in my opinion, should get married unless they've been together for at least a year, because you want to experience them in all 4 seasons. I mean, they may be cool in summertime, and I mean actual earthly seasons, right? They may be cool in the summertime, but how do they show up in the winter? How do they show up in the spring? Like, you need to know who a person is. And so what happens is in the fall season, to your point, there's a crack. There's a crack in the mask and you begin to see things. And let's pull up fall. Fall represents the slow death. Now take a look at those beautiful leaves, right? But you see how those leaves are on the ground? And it's not like these leaves fall down overnight. They slowly begin to fall over time. It takes time. And so that's why it represents a slow death, right? You're not in a red hot Ferrari going 120 miles an hour into death. It's slow. And because it's slow, it's subtle. You can't see it. Right? It's like that frog we talked about in the water, that it boils over time. The frog isn't aware that it's getting hotter and hotter until it's too hot and then it dies.
Right.
It's the same situation.
It makes me think about that movie with Eddie Murphy with the tree, and every time he spoke a word, a leaf would fall off the tree. And if he had kept speaking words until he got things right, when the last leaf was to fall off the tree, that meant he was dead, right? And that's what you're looking at in the fall. It's beautiful, but literally all these trees are losing their leaves. They're losing their life, okay? So all the leaves are going to just fall all the way off until you have a dead tree. And that happens in our relationship. And you can look at the leaves as all the issues, either dealt with well or dealt with poorly or never dealt with at all, neglected. Just situations in your relationship that need to be handled. And over the course of time, we just move into neglect mode. You know, I mean, when we were dating in the spring season and the summer season, we neglected everyone else for our partner. I remember my friends saying, ever since you met Hassani, you ain't got time for us no more. I mean, people were salty. I remember your friend. I won't name names, but he had a friend who was quite salty because they used to hang out more and do what guys do. And then I came along and now he ain't got no time for him anymore.
I got a woman, you ain't my woman, I got a woman.
Right. And so this is what we do is we don't have time for our family. We ain't got time for our old friends because we're spending so much time investing time, our best qualities, putting forward our best qualities towards this person. And now you've moved out of that. Now you're in neglect mode. Now you're relaxed. You're sitting on the couch. You're not doing what you used to do. You're not saying what you used to say. You don't have the same accommodation or accommodating spirit as you used to. And these things are small things that I'm talking about, but they can mount. And when they begin to mount, that's when the divide comes. That's when we start seeking interest and support and connection outside, because you know what? I'm sick of him. Let me go talk to my friends and call my friends, the ones I neglected before because it was all about him. Let me go call my friends and talk to them. So you see, you start to go outward and connect and find what you're missing in other places.
And that's why we say all the time, you go from soulmate to role mate to roommate, and in some rare cases, cellmate, where you feel like you're trapped in a marital prison. And that slow disconnection, that emotional disconnect happens in that fall season because you're not paying attention to the things that need to be addressed. And so the emotions of fall, let's look at this. We're talking about sadness, apprehension, and depression. So you went from fun and exciting and loving life and being in love and on top of the world, and so now you're in sadness. And it doesn't happen like that. It's a slow process.
It is.
And a lot of times you are aware, sometimes, so here's the reality. We all have this internal relational clock within us, and we feel things at different times and in different ways. I think it's quite interesting. If you were to ask the average couple how would they rate their marriage or their relationship on a scale of 1 to 10, their numbers will be different. And so sometimes one partner's just like, man, I thought we were good. And the other person is really struggling in the relationship. And that could speak to the fact that they have suppressed, they've bottled up, they haven't articulated, they said, well, I'll deal with it later. And they keep pushing things to the side and pushing things to the side till it becomes overwhelming. And then boom, you're in crisis because we're not doing the necessary things to maintain that healthy relationship. We think we could just coast. We think we could just cruise. And now remember, summertime, you're on vacation. Right? So if you're on vacation, I'm not working. But a marriage is spelled W-O-R-K. It requires work. That's why no matter what season you're in, you've got to do work to either get out of it or to remain within it, depending upon your season.
There's a great comment here from Jackie. She says, we have to remember that marriage is not a solution. Oh my God, it is not a solution. You have to look back at times to effectively move forward. Don't get discouraged. You chose to marry, now choose to assist your mate through this patch. And I mean, I can't tell you how many people think, well, you know, I know they got problems and I know they do this and I know they do that and they don't do this and they don't do that and they're not perfect and they're not this, but I still want to get married. Like, why do we think that marriage is going to solve the problem. So you basically saying, let me go ahead and sign up to get married in my winter season. I'm not even going to have a spring or a summer. I'm just going to jump right into the fall season and get married to this person so that I'm surely going to end up in winter soon. You know?
Marriage is not a problem solver. It maximizes the problems that you already have.
It
and that's
really
why
does.
That premarital counseling is so important, because if you don't address it now, trust and believe it's going to get worse. Because think, as bad as things may be before you get married, that's the best it's going to get. Right? When you get married, it's just like you're like, whatever.
Right.
Like there's a desire to at least work on things and be, but in marriage, it's like, Joker, please. You know what I'm saying? It's
After
just,
a while.
just a difference.
Until you watch a couple of episodes of Couples Academy show and you realize you can't do that. You got to act right. You're going to bring the summer and spring and summer right on back. Guys, you are watching the Couples Academy show. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
If you're a man and you have a pulse, then you need to join this program. You're a husband, you're a father, you're a leader. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You have to be everything for everyone, but do you know who and how to be for you? You're still in search of your own significance. You're in internal battle with your own vices. You're questioning, do I even know what it means to be a man? I know I'm supposed to be there for others, but what about me? The fact is, you need a model. You need a code to live by, a system of principles to govern your life. You need an internal compass to guide your every decision. You need the 4 securities to build your own kingdom. What you need is the Foundry. In short, a foundry is a facility where castings are produced by melting metal, pouring liquid metal into a mold, and then allowing it to solidify. Well, this is where we're testing the metal of men. Foundry is a 12-week men's-only coaching program. It is a brotherhood that will take each man through a purification process of the heart, mind, and soul. We here at Couples Academy promise you that if you give us 12 weeks of your life, you will no longer recognize it. If you care about the improving of your life, your marriage, and your family, register today.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the Couples Academy show, and I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my people. The first thing that I saw this morning is this, hey, it's Jewel all the way from Mexico, tuning in 2 hours early again. Good to see you. Hey, Nina is with us from Detroit. JJ is tuning in. Natalie's with us. Jackie, of course, is with us. Jessica is with us. Who else? Great Mom Goals is with us. Good morning. JJ Rick is with us. We got Fee, Kathy, hey sis, love you. How you doing? Melissa is with us. And Facebook user, who we still don't know who that is. I'm going to research Facebook user, but they said I am going to share this post. Okay, because we need to learn about these seasons and understand where we are in our relationship. Good morning to Jarius and Tara. Good to see you all the way from Detroit. Detroit is showing up this morning. Sean is with us. See Austin, Cali Power Couples with us. Good morning. I see you. Ashley is with us from H-Town. Hey. And Antoine Lyons. Hello. Good morning to you. All the way from North Carolina. Valencia. I see you in Delaware.
And to Instagram, we see you. We see you.
We see you.
And to all of those who are tuning in on the replay,
hey, Gonzalez.
we appreciate you. We know that there are hundreds and thousands of you who are watching all over the world, and we hope that this is helping to make an impact in your life.
If you don't make a comment, I can't call you out. So make sure that when you come on and tune in, that you say, hey, my name is. We used to ask them to do that, and they were really good with it when we would say it. We want you to come and tune in every day and say, hey, it's me, and I'm tuning in from, so that we can shout you out.
We want to reach all 4 corners of this earth. That's what we want to do, and it's going to take you and your assistants to help us to do that. So we appreciate you guys. All right, we're talking about fall season. Let's talk about the actions of fall. Here we have it, Danielle. Neglect.
Yep.
Unresolved issues
There it is.
and arguments. I think that neglect one is big. Now think about it. These leaves fall, and it's just like, you know what? Every time I rake these leaves, here they come falling again.
Yes.
And every time I rake them again, here they come falling. You know, bump this. I'm done with that. And so those leaves pile up.
The resentment. I'll never forget one of the first arguments that we had. I had it in my head. It was an internal argument, and it was about my toothpaste, right? And I was just like, who squeezes the toothpaste from the middle? Who does this?
Why are you lying
Who
to the world
does
right
this?
now?
Who takes the toothpaste and just squeeze it from the middle and put toothpaste on your toothbrush? Nobody does this. So you squeeze it from the bottom, bro. And it was so frustrating. And where's my cap? I remember I was going to write a book called Who Moved My Toothpaste?
If you believe
God.
all of you have problems. If you believe this right here, all of you have
lying
problems.
to you. I'm not lying to you. So these are the little things, y'all, that will literally. So here I am fussing in the bathroom. He didn't even know I'm fussing at him. But I'm like, if he don't put the cap on this toothpaste, okay, what can I buy from? I don't think we was doing Amazon like that back in the day. But you could put that little clip on the end of your toothpaste and squeeze it all the way up. My point is, he can roll his eyes all he wants to. My point is, there are little foxes that spoil the vine. It's not the big stuff that starts to cause you to move into the fall season. I mean, sometimes it's a big issue. Something big time happened, blew somebody away. The whole time through spring and summer, your spouse may have been lying to you. They've been covertly operating. They are not who you thought they were. But in most cases, it's small little things that just get under your skin, and you did not address it, and you was arguing with yourself, and it was a conversation in your head, and you never said it, and you swept it under the rug, and then one day they do something and you snap.
You explode. You explode. And one of the actions of fall are the arguments. Now here's the deal. It may start. What you laughing at?
Because Jules said yes, and soap, not in the soap dish. Who does that? You see the soap dishes right there. Put the soap in the soap dish. It's what it's for.
You act like you had that experience.
No, but I feel her pain.
People who leave a swallow in the bottle in the refrigerator.
Well, I don't do that. I don't do that.
Who would do this? Or drink all the darn juice, put the empty bottle back in the refrigerator. Like,
that's the kids. The kids do that.
Yeah,
you know what? A whole box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes.
You're like, yes, you got your bowl ready, you got a milk ready, you get the box, and it's like 3 Cinnamon Toast Crunches. Like, who does that?
And this much of milk. See, these are those little frustrating annoyances that build up over time. So what happens is, maybe you don't go into all-out war. You start to have little squabbles, a little back and forth, tit for tat, and then all of a sudden, you notice, wait a minute, it's been 2 days. We still having this little, disturbance, and then a week goes by, and then a month goes by, and then now you're in a season of arguing.
Right.
Now it takes over and overwhelms your relationship.
Yes.
It's just like, well, golly, what happened to spring and summer?
Yes.
Now you're in this dark place. And this is why we say the idea of agreeing to disagree is poison to your relationship. You should never agree to disagree, particularly when you're in the season. You have to, you gotta hunker down and have a conversation and figure out how to come into agreement about the little things, because if you can't agree on the little things, the big things become
The people are cracking me up here. I got to go to Callie, who is obviously an avid listener. She says, LOL. She says, hey, if it's an issue for you, it's an issue for y'all. Absolutely right.
That's right.
Debbie says, who leaves 2 spoons of ice cream? I mean, those are fighting words right there. That when I come up in the kitchen and I see somebody left me a smidgen of crumb, apple pie is my favorite pie. You gonna leave me a slither that's a spoonful of apple pie? These little things kill us, y'all, when we don't deal with them. Gonzalez says, hey, congratulations and many more blessings. Happy blessed anniversary, family, and God bless you on your special day. Yes, we are sharing your special day. I'm just all in y'all's conversation. We share with you 10 years total and 8 years married. This is our year. I don't know who you're talking to, but congratulations to whoever else is sharing an anniversary with the Gonzalez's. We love y'all, and we love them too.
And guys, listen, we want you to celebrate your relationship, and you don't have to wait till an anniversary to do it. You can create a day in order to do that today.
Jackie says, don't let the small foxes destroy the vines. Have a conversation. Do the work to make your marriage better. That's all we're saying, guys, because these are little issues, but they can become huge issues and a catalyst for you to move into that fall season. And everybody's fall season looks different, you know what I mean? And fall changes, right? I mean, not always do we have all these beautiful yellow and amber trees. We have sometimes a bunch of green trees that they still hanging on for dear life. And some of us, I mean, in my yard, I still have trees with leaves on them, but they're dead as a doornail, okay? So the point is that you're gonna move through these seasons in your own way, but you can do it better. You can deal with these issues and try to move through your seasons in a healthy way.
Listen, guys, as we close the show, to Valencia Branch and her spouse, as well as to Gonzalez and Julie, we want to wish you all a happy anniversary. Live it up. You are in your spring and summer season.
Happy anniversary.
Right?
Wow.
Make it amazing. Make this year memorable. Remember, as a couple, this is the first day of the rest of your life together.
Yes.
So plot a new vision for your marriage and have an amazing day. And for
Enjoy
all of
your
those
day.
who are just having a regular day, it's Tuesday. God woke you up this morning. There's a lot to be thankful for. You want to live in gratitude. You want to find something to acknowledge and celebrate with your spouse, because when you begin to do that, that's how you get out of your dark season into the glorious light. You're watching the Couples Academy Show. We love you guys. Tune in tomorrow as we continue this conversation, and then we're going to unpack the steps, the specific steps you need to take to get out of these dark seasons and to remain in the healthy ones. Talk to you later.
See you tomorrow.